Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket.
This is Armando.
Armando. What about the
Coffee, co-host, ho-host, the ho-host.
Ho-host?
That's like a snack.
dude? Yeah, buddy. You forgot about it again. I gave you the intro.
Filthy introduction person.
Oh my goodness, dude.
You know, we're just gonna go with the host and host. You know, like ho-host.
The ho-host.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Just kind of keep it simple.
Yeah.
Today on our show, it's the Danger Zone.
Dude, again, man.
Man, it's gonna be.
We practiced this for a while.
What's that?
Dane-Ger
Zone. Well, it's new. It's new. You know,
I know it's new.
It's a new segment to the show. We're going to call it the Danger Zone. You got to say it right. But, you know, anyway, you get the idea. And that's Dane from Berkshire Hathaway.
Dane Gates?
I don't know his last name. I think it's Gates. Yeah.
Okay,
Gates. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, there's something different though as well, because we talk about music the whole time. It's cool at festivals and whatnot. But guess what? You brought something to the table.
We've got a lot of sports, a lot of athletes on the show, but those are kind of mainstream even in themselves. You know,
Don't diss the mainstream.
I need to know what's going on. I know I don't mean to diss the mainstream, but I just want to know what's going on on the you know, the extreme side of things, the sports side of things, extreme sports. You know, just what's happening on the lake, what's action, what's energy, where's that going on at? You know,
no, absolutely something different, because I mean, Texas itself, there's a ton of stuff going on here.
I used to paintball for like a decade, and you know, never did anybody ever talk about it in magazines, newspapers, anywhere. I never saw any media. Paintball wasn't the narrative, you know, so it always got this beat up undercard, you know.
No, but it was awesome listening to some of the stories you were talking about, how you guys were talking about your tactics, the corners, this Italian dude that came out with the pistols and whatnot.
Or like riding power lines with your roper friends, you know, just to catch hogs with dogs, you know. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Whoa. Say that again?
Riding power lines with your roper friends to catch hogs with dogs.
What the hell is that?
Well, I mean, that's Texan stuff. That's Texan extreme things, you know, where you know, your friends go ride horses down the power lines where they clear the dirt out. There's nothing there but just the clean power lines. And then, you know, the dogs go pull the hogs out of the woods because they scare them, and they run across the clearing, and then you rope them for fun. It's a roping
Oh my
thing.
goodness, that's awesome, dude.
It's a roping thing. But I mean, there's a lot of Texas extreme type of activities that just, I don't know.
It doesn't seem like a lot of people talk about it, but
no, they don't, and you know, but I think it's stuff that makes us stronger Texans. You know, ways to get your ticket punched. And oh yeah, that's happening. You can punch that ticket in a lot of different ways, and you know, but they're not. Nobody wants to talk about it but Texans. So this is where we're going to do that. And
that's awesome. Man.
The Danger Zone is going to bring some of that to the table. And you know, whether Dane knows it or not, as a Texan and a lifer, I mean, I don't know if he spent his whole life as a Texan, but I think so. I know he's from Houston. That still makes him Texan. I mean,
hyperlocal.
Yeah, well, hyper Texan.
Hyper Texan.
He's new to the community here in the lake
area. Good
point. Yeah. And so getting him into the lake area, I think, and seeing what his eye sees and how he goes and sees it and shares that with us. So he's going to do that for us, and you know, he's also one of the brokers over the broker over at the Berkshire Hathaway right there on 105 West, right past Hellcat. And
dude,
right by Robert's Warehouse.
That coffee, man, I still can't get past it. What was that blueberry thing I had that had combination for like 9 hours?
Nitro infused it, and it, like, you know, I felt a little bloated, but I felt like I was like letting a little bit of air out my ears for the 6 hours that I had the energy. You know, and as it like went out, I felt like that helium balloon running out of air. You know,
if they say extreme way to drink coffee, or
add nitrous. You know, it works for people and cars. So you know,
it is like a car, dude. It's like the NOS stuff.
It is. It's exactly what it is. I think. You know,
it's like combination for 9 hours. It's like, what the hell's going on with me?
Exactly, but nitrous oxide,
well, whichever way, dude. But otherwise,
I feel like a nitrous car.
Yeah, we got the Fast
and
Furious.
They pay us for that. Actually, we pay every time we go there.
That's a cool spot, though, dude.
It is.
That's
cool
awesome.
Spot. Totally worth it. We never left unhappy, and you know what? I always feel a little fire. I always feel a little fire.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make me extreme because I had a lot of caffeine and nitrogen in my beverage.
But it gets you ready for it, bro.
Let's let Dane come and tell us what's up in the Danger Zone. We'll be back after this
Just
with
tips.
Dane and the Danger Zone.
Yeah, buddy.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Go Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas Ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
Welcome back to the Texas
Why are you doing the
Ticket.
dance before, man? It's
Man,
afterwards, dude.
I just can't even tell you. You know, we got a lot to dance about.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm dancing in the kitchen every day. Life is a good, brother.
The question is, who are you dancing with?
Man,
The big dude upstairs?
in the kitchen, you don't need a partner. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's nice when you do, and all ages welcome. I go from like 5 to 65 at my house, depending on what day of the week it is. You know, we're dancing in the kitchen. Nevertheless, hey, we got the Danger Zone.
Hold on. Dane.
Danger Zone.
How did you say that? You have to emphasize.
Danger Zone.
Zone.
We do. We got the Danger Zone, and it's Dane. Dane, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here, brother. And the reason we brought you here, you know, and Dane, you may recognize him, you know, from his, you know, what is it, the mild-mannered reporter from the Tribune, Dane. You know, but you know when he needs to, it's
Yeah, I was about to say.
dun, 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 dun. No, so there's that, but you know, there's this part about Dane, you know, that we know. Matter of fact, I've never bought or sold real estate with Dane, and have
Honestly,
no,
dude, I'm not even too interested in the real estate part. I just want to know why
well, I'm
this
glad
dude is the Dane.
he's going to
Zone.
tell us all about that.
Yeah, I think he needs to go into that
Well,
because
yeah.
everybody's waiting on that, isn't it?
Well, I think it started with a conversation between you and I about extracurricular activities outside of real estate and some of the things that I'm into and enjoy. And
Because
that's
you
the
kept
area.
talking about real estate. That's
Right.
why I brought that
Typical
conversation up to
realtor. Yeah.
side rail you off that, you know, I got a house. It's at 107,
Yeah.
you know, Dawn.
I thought it's going to go into about
like,
dancing in the
wow.
kitchen or something. This extracurricular activities that you guys are talking about. So I was like, what?
No, but I've got
okay,
my
okay.
personal levels of extreme
Okay, okay.
activities. You know, I don't have a whole lot of triple X games going on. You know, I mean, I paintball. I do a little motocross. What do you
That's
do?
why you got the pants on.
What do you do? I mean,
Rugby? What are you
kind of-
talking about,
rugby?
man?
Okay, well, I mean, extreme games. That's kind of like a normal.
Normal.
Rugby.
Oh, no, that's fine, dude. Let's go on the field and quickly try this out.
I'm not saying NFL isn't either, but that's a mainstream sport. Those are mainstream athletics.
Well, the one sport that sent me to the hospital was rugby.
really.
Of
Yeah,
all the
really.
different crazy things I've done.
But you put it into perspective. So we
Yeah.
don't argue all day about this. I mean, what would you consider a triple X or an extreme sport?
Okay, well, an extreme sport, I would just say anything out. You obviously have your mainstream sports, baseball, football, basketball, and there's an extreme aspect to them. However, like I always view extreme sports to be like a lot of motorsports. So, you know, racing, dirt bikes, street bikes, skydiving. I don't know. The more actually, it's like every year now, I start to see people come out with like new sports. Right? They're like,
I've
some
seen
new-
that.
You know what I mean? Like some new thing that they're bringing to the table. Actually, I was watching some videos yesterday, and there's like these one wheel. I don't even know how
Skateboard
to
kinda
explain
looking
them.
thing?
Yeah, almost like a
I've seen
Segway
it.
kind of idea, but it's
Oh,
a
no
one.
way.
It's
but
got a
these
wheel in the
things-
middle.
Yeah, but these things are going like 60 miles an hour, and these guys are burning around on them and doing
Like a little
tricks and
handheld
doing
controller,
races.
like the new
Yeah.
skateboards.
Just with one
that are
wheel?
out.
Balancing on one wheel.
But it's a big wheel, and it sits in like the middle of a skateboard.
Honestly, I don't think it
So you
matters if it's one wheel or like a little wheel, big wheel, or like one wheel.
Yeah, it's
It's awkward how it balances so comfortably.
almost
I've seen
it
this thing.
looks
Yeah,
like a
it's pretty
unicycle,
cool.
but with
Yeah.
a little electric motor on it.
But then now the motor is run by a handheld device, right? So you squeeze this, and you can find a lot of these over like EV Motorsports out on McCaleb.
Oh, no
EV,
way, yeah.
our friend Don McCain, and you squeeze the handheld device, and it runs the motor of the thing, and you can stop. You know, it doesn't have left and right; it's got go, stop, reverse, right?
Or it's more like abort.
Right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have that, but
Eject.
it's got go and go faster trigger kind of thing in your hand, and then stop. So it's got a brake, which is good, which I thought was good. I mean,
Where do you go
Some
look
don't
this
read
up?
it.
Necessary.
Where do you
Yeah.
go look this up? I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, well it's big on Instagram right now too. You see all these guys making tricked out videos of them doing all kinds of wild things on these. But they're also starting to, right, as with any kind of new movement, they're starting to create sports within that realm.
yeah, and we didn't invite you on here because you're going to pull some of that. What's that show, Jack Arse? And I say it that way, so
I was
don't
gonna
get
say
bleeped.
Shami, dude.
I don't want to
Shami's
get. I don't want to
in a
get
different
bleeped on
Yeah.
radio. It's like on my own.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, but Shami is the guy. He does a lot of crazy stuff. He went viral for doing some
ridiculous stuff.
wild.
Have
The
you ever
guy's
seen
jumping out of
Oh, yeah.
buildings.
Yeah, Shami is awesome, dude. But why we had him in conversation was why?
because Dangerous Zone was coming on.
No, it'll be the beer and the tap.
Oh yeah, he put a keg behind a house, and we were
Multiple
at the home
kegs.
show, and they were talking about the filtration. They're like, it's like a natural spring at every fountain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
Even the
Shami
toilets.
did a
Full house.
Colorado natural spring on every fountain in your home. So no matter where you came to your house, you'd be pouring out a beer,
Draft,
right?
yeah.
Are
so
you serious?
he went out back and he strapped the kegs and he put the air.
The
to
gas
push
tank
it,
and
the
everything,
gas
yeah.
and everything to push it through the lines. And
I actually had a similar experience in high school one time. A friend of mine
yeah.
threw a party, and when the law enforcement showed up to shut down the party, they decided to drag the keg into the attic. And somehow in that process, the nozzle stuck into an air conditioning vent, and so beer was pouring out of the vents throughout the house. It was raining beer.
gee, they were like a fire retardant system.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So if we get a fire, it starts raining down the halon system.
Yeah.
So the halon starts dropping.
That's one way to do
champagne
it.
for 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get a champagne halon system for 2023. I promise you, I'll be there. Send me an invitation. Make it complimentary, and I'll be there.
But I like the whole house.
Dude, I'll send you the clip for it as well because I told him about it. He was like, it's a offie story, whatever. I was like, dude, let me see.
Shami.
Yeah.
Every tap, and that's amazing, but we didn't really. I mean, I know you're not doing the Triple X
Yeah.
games with Red Bull or anything like that, but you are doing a lot of crazy stuff that, man, a lot of us, even me, although I do have some, my Kawasaki pants on, my Thor pants on right now. And I was going to wear the full body gear, but I decided to this Berkshire Hathaway shirt instead because it was so clean, because it just came out of the bag. But I decided that. If we had you to explain some of the things that you were talking about to me, and then you definitely get out a bit more. I mean, I'm not getting out enough. I mean, look, you're doing crazy stuff when you go out. I mean, we've seen some of your clips, and I can't wait to share that with everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
But the idea was that we give him Dangerous an opportunity to come on the show every now and then and share a little bit of in your own segment, in your own way, and whatever it is you wanted to share, and just some ideas. I mean, on what you thought you might do in that time. Whenever you decide to come on the show.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, I think
dangerous.
I like it.
You gotta say it right.
Dangerous.
Well, and I think a lot of the dangerous activities that I'm referring
Yeah.
to, actually, we are in just an amazing place to facilitate all those different things. And I mean, the whole conversation spawned of us talking initially about real estate, and then kind of like, hey, well, what else are you into? And I don't have your typical ways of relaxation. I prefer more extreme methods of relaxation, and people are
That's
always
my favorite part about it. It is.
You know,
Heart pumping.
Tell me more about that stuff. And then he started telling me, and I was like, damn, what?
Well, I grew up around racing, love racing. So anything racing related,
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm always fascinated with, and then
Cool.
been fortunate enough to participate in a lot of different types of racing. So, ride street bikes, ride dirt bikes, race carts, race cars. And then because of my job, being able to meet so many different people and really get out and network, I've found a lot of other people who share in similar passions and some who do things that I didn't even know existed, kind of like we were talking about with the one-wheel deal. That's like a whole little world in and of itself. So that's really what it is. And, for me, rather than maybe, sitting with a cup of tea watching birds, I would prefer to be on a street bike doing 180 on a racetrack. And
There's
that's kind of
nothing
how I
wrong with a
zone
good
out.
cup of tea, just so you know.
Yeah. Hey, I have no problem with that. by
A
the way.
little gray and go hard,
Let's get extreme. Make it spicy. Oh, cinnamon. That's not at all what we're talking about, though. But just for you folks.
And I have no problem with those
Let's
ways.
keep
Of
it
I
going.
say I do that. Yeah, exactly. But and actually, one of the big reasons for moving up here, or one of the big draws. So, I grew up in Houston. So I grew up out in the Cypress area. Went to Baylor for college, and then when
At
I
least
came
you're
back,
still Texan. I mean, you're
That's
Texan
right.
to Texan. Not that there's anything wrong with coming from other places, because we make a living on this show about showing folks how to become a Texan if they weren't originally from there.
well, I'm born and raised and
We'll
have
punch
deep
that
roots
ticket.
in Texas for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you could in your future segments when you come on to do the Danger Zone, maybe you could ride a bull or something. I don't know. Put your hands.
we can-
Get on the front of one. Not the back.
I haven't done that in a while, but I have done that before.
None of that PBR, that normal rodeo stuff, where you get on a saddle, get on the back, and just go wild on a mad
Even that
bull.
by itself seems a little.
That is super extreme.
Yeah, I was
But
about to say this.
now let's just say you mounted the front of the bull.
Go a step further.
Go a step further. Now that's definitely extreme and not mainstream athletics, because
I think bull riding in and of itself is pretty.
Yeah, dude.
we're not really sure where to place that yet. Whether it's mainstream athletics.
You might
or
be able to find it.
completely extreme sport.
I'm gonna put them in the extreme sports category.
Okay.
I think
Done,
anytime you
done,
jump on
Daniel.
a wild animal that weighs 10 times what you do and doesn't want you on it, then that's pretty extreme.
I would have said the same thing. Yeah, playing rugby as well. You're 10 times your weight, and somebody jumps on me and tries to say, "Yeah, I'm going to tackle you."
This is not natural.
Oh, also.
Not natural.
Well, rugby is the extreme football, right? So-
There you go. No helmet.
There you go. Yeah, I guess by definition, there you go. And we don't mean extreme like that show
Yeah,
Jackass
yeah.
or the any of those other kind of.
Oh, no, absolutely.
No, like I'm not. I know you're not jumping out of planes onto your list.
Well, I feel like that is it's extreme, but they have no experience or any
Yeah.
skill whatsoever and attempt to do something extreme, and that's more of the jackass type situation versus there's people out there who are very good at doing crazy things.
Yeah.
like paragliding down to
yeah,
your listing.
yeah, skydiving and
Oh, dude, I want to see that. He goes,
Yeah, you watch him the whole way,
What
then
are
he
we
ends up
talking
at the
about?
real estate sign
if
in
he
the
jumps out
yard.
with a parachute, it's like, yeah, I don't pull if you don't sign. I don't pull if you don't sign.
We'll take it.
yeah, that's what they end on. Yeah, it's a new negotiating style.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
I like it. Yeah.
It's the tandem deal.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and just take them out to a track in general. Whoever finishes first.
Oh, there you go.
No, he buys this house. Okay, well that's one way.
Yeah.
But I really look forward to working with you.
hell
And
yeah.
you had asked about bringing Berkshire Hathaway a little closer to the community, working some community involvement, and what's the best way to do that? Well, there are like 101 canned versions to do that, right? The other way is to show them, what you bring to this community as a real person, as a real individual, and beyond the couch is going to be a good idea if you're looking for a real estate agent. They used to ask me about media, and they're like, well, that media guy sure talks a lot. And I was like, well, yeah, maybe you can find a quiet one, that's going to really be your herald. I mean, how's that going to work? Matt, did that work out in your head that you got that silent type to be your marketing guy,
Generally doesn't work too well.
It's not the best idea. I mean, maybe they're creative. They got some creative madness going on deep down inside.
No, but
they're reluctant to share.
No, but we talked about him as well. Like, meeting you for the first time as well, just you can get that comfortableness as well from somebody as well immediately. So he's going to fit in this community because it's all about family, obviously. Yeah. Even though we're not family, but we are.
Well, and I've been up. I moved to Lake Conroe in 2010. Like I said, born and raised in Houston.
You're at April Sound.
Yeah. And I love it. I mean, I love it.
I grew up there too. That was my first introduction to this area. Is stomping grounds, man.
Well, for me, it was like I actually purchased the house initially. I was going to flip it. I didn't have any plans of staying there long term. But then when I kind of saw what the community offered, what the area offered, and what some of the different things to do that I love, I'm like, let's go. You know
what about Walden? Did you ever look at Walden?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Walden.
Okay, good.
The house was just the attractor.
So let me ask you this, Danger. Do you have a boat?
So I actually just sold a boat, and I'm going to purchase a new boat. But I gotta.
I'll tell you right now, you'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah. Well, I always have access.
Saying, bro.
Well, I had somebody make me an offer I couldn't refuse on the one that I had. So
I think I have access on a regular basis to a boat. If not, I usually hang out on Saturday mornings right there by the marina.
He wants to go fish.
I bring a full cooler with the beer in my sun hat.
The crappie fishing on the north end.
I got fishing poles and the kids, and we just sit out there at the marina with that full cooler opened up. You know, just ask, you know, and that kind of thing, you know. But they don't usually let us ski and stuff. We just got to fit the back and we'll be real quiet.
Well, as far as marinas go, Walden Marina is pretty unbeatable for fishing in comparison. You know,
it's why you always there.
You just can't fish on the shore anymore. I'm not. No. I don't.
Oh, that's a sensitive subject.
They kicked us out of there. I don't go there.
I don't know why you look at me because
I'll fish around over by the yacht club, over by Breakwater Grill. It's good fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fish over there, but not at the marina.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We draw the line. But, you know, I want Tony Stones. This is community
Why
radio.
are you looking at me, though?
It's
like it's
not a
owned
Conroe
anyways.
business, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of places you can access the lake from outside.
Good, yeah. Well, you know, and we were just talking. We had Rob Brainy, one of the top fishermen out here, just on the last episode. You can catch him on ConroeBass.com.
Dude, that was so cool to see them go out.
He's ridiculous. He's tagging fish. He's like Jacques Cousteau, but he's not an extremist. So, as far as extreme goes, I mean, tell me about, you know, on the Dane-Ger Zone. What else would we expect going forward here on the show when you decide to say, hey, this is Dane, I got something for the Dane-Ger Zone, and you know, then we make the plug, right? We tell everybody, hey, come on out, catch the show. You catch the Dane-Ger Zone.
It sounds cool. Well, when you brought it up to me, I was already kind of wrapping my head around that. Like, what does fit in that category? And I think honestly, just the things that I'm into that kind of fall into that realm, right?
You've got some other stuff you mentioned. It was a little more radical. I'm just waiting for you. I'm trying to bait you out to share some of that stuff.
It's like he's putting you in the corner, kicking you in the upright.
No, I've seen what he does. You know, I already know. And so he's being as humble as can.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Well, I mean, so in the hobbies kind of change. Right now, current things we're doing, we're running street bikes. So, you know, heading out to the track, doing some street bike racing. I have an S1000. I've got several friends that have different bikes. So that's a big part of it. And we're fortunate up here, again, living up here, 149. As you head up north and around the lake, we have some of the actual, like, curvy roads with good terrain. So we're in just a pinnacle of places to ride as far as Houston's considered. And then, you know, my son just turned old enough to start racing karts, so we're doing some kart racing.
Oh,
so
he's
Where would you kart race at?
So our home track, if you will, is Speed Sports over off 242 and 59 in the New Caney area. And outstanding facility, and they have several different series that run through there and several different classes. So my son's riding in the kids kart class, which is super cool. Kids like 5 to 7 years old, just hilarious watching them rip.
They're running the oval track, right?
No, this is full open wheel, like Formula One style racing.
No way.
Yeah, so we're not doing NASCAR or anything like that. You're taking rights and lefts, and you're getting after it. And then I'm racing the 100 cc's. Just wanted to get involved since he's out there, and it's an absolute blast. So that's kind of like a hidden gem. A lot of people don't even know about that world, but I mean, it's full on racing.
My kids
experience.
are mutton busting and stuff. Looking forward to the next Montgomery County Fair and Road.
I remember when you were talking about mutton busting.
That's
I was
kind
like, what the hell
extreme
is that?
for a
when you're a kid.
6-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to look forward to that.
My daughter, just like yours, she's super dainty. I mean, the wind blows her over.
Coco.
My older daughter now, she'll take the wind. She's a soldier. She's a trooper. Most likely to punch you in the face and say something crazy.
That's Emma with me.
Yeah, my older daughter, she's got no shame in her game, you know.
Coco?
But yeah, my little one, just like your little one, the wind blows them over. Those little spaghetti arms, you know, they'd be perfect for that little mutton busting business.
That's
It's
fun.
great. It bucks.
Yeah.
If you're under 36 pounds with hollow bones, you kind of go with the wind like a bird. And it's crazy. The little bitty girls, they feel that way. You just throw them around, and it's like, dude, my daughter's like,
I know, like
think
a
she's
feather.
this, but then you pick up your other daughter, you're like, oh God, dog, what are you eating? Bricks in this one, and then this one will just fly away if the wind blows. It's so awkward. I mean, we have the same genetics, and it's all the same.
It's just funny how,
But one's a feather and one's a rock, and certain people are just that lighter fare. And I think that, like, what is it? Horse racers, bull riders.
Well, racing in general.
Yeah. Anything that brings the weight down, it makes you go faster. So there's a lot of an extreme that is not so physical, like rugby.
Yeah, but like the what do you call it, the horse racing, man. Those little dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anything racing, like you said,
Yeah.
that's a
For
good
sure.
point.
Yeah, sport bikes. And I mean, even like when I'm at the track, I have a good friend out there and we're super competitive against each other, and he weighs less than me, and it is extremely noticeable, like in the straight.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy because there's nothing, no more weight I can shave, right?
Yeah,
So I'm just like,
I'll take him for a couple of beers before you go out there.
yeah, that's what you try and right. him with lunch.
They buy him dinner. Yeah. You want that chicken sandwich? I'll get you two.
Would you like some? Would you like the summer vegetables of the salad? How about another order of potatoes, please?
Yeah, exactly.
So who's your favorite
Fatten
Formula
him
One
up.
driver?
Oh man,
Mine was Michael Schumacher because we always watched it on Sundays.
champion. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
a legend in the game. Absolutely.
Dude.
I mean, I don't know. I really like Charles Leclerc right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
I'm enjoying watching that kid get better and grow.
Ayrton Senna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that again, like ultimate legend.
Yeah, dude. Those guys
I
who
grew up watching that guy,
Yeah.
and the same with Schumacher. And I mean, I was fortunate and kind of different. Growing up, my uncle's an extreme Formula One fan, so I was
Really?
exposed to it really early on and just grew a love
That's
for
awesome.
it and that style of racing.
And that's what's weird in the United States because in European countries, South Africa, obviously, Sundays we would always watch it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
United States, NASCAR. But
No,
Formula
it's always
One.
struggled here. And
Yeah.
now I have noticed in the last 10 years like a big growth in popularity in terms of Formula One in the United
Formula
States.
One,
And then
yeah.
obviously having the track in Austin has
Yeah.
improved that.
The international, what do they call that thing? There's a name for the Austin race that they do. The international sort of, it's almost like a Le Mans, but it's inner city, drives through town.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah.
Are we talking about different things?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, there's so many different races that run through there. I mean, so in Formula One, right? Like they have a certain number of, and you have to. There's a big demand from Formula One in terms
Yeah.
of what you offer in order to get that race, and so it's a huge deal that we have it. Actually, I think it was like up for renewal like a year or two ago, and everyone was concerned that we were going to lose the
it.
Formula One.
And it's a big deal. When you lose it, you lose it.
Yeah,
It's like you can't almost get it back because South Africa had it at Kyalami. And then when we lost it completely. We can't ever get it back.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we re-signed an agreement with them, but it takes a huge investment from the state of Texas just to maintain that relationship and keep them there. So
Well,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, and they get lots of traffic from that international race, and I'm not sure if it's the same Formula One cars, but I believe it's Formula One, and it's done in that style.
It's coming up. Yeah, I'll be
inner
there.
city racing. It's an international race. Runs through Austin, and they had another one that they did one time in Texas, but
Houston had a couple as well where they did
Yeah,
it
but it
around
was Houston.
NRG Stadium and whatnot. But
Yeah. Yeah, and Formula One sometimes will do the street tracks. I mean, now we have the speedway there,
Yeah.
and it's like perfectly accommodated for Formula One. And actually, a big reason for the construction of that track was the agreement with Formula One. But they run so many things through there. My brother-in-law's a photographer and shoots a lot of cars, and he was out there a couple weekends ago where they had a lot of people brought like super one-off exotics of all different classes, and we're doing time trials and really cool stuff. But
So I hear Lake Conroe, and just to bring it back home, and I know a lot of folks have been asking some questions about the international Formula One racing in Austin and stuff like that, but it's relatively new for Texans. I mean, it's only like less than a decade in the mix in the Austin area, and I can't tell you exactly how long.
2012, I think, was the first.
Right, 2012, 20,
Believe
right
so.
out of a decade.
Yeah.
So something like that. And even then it was brief introductions, and Texas market didn't get a whole lot of marketing, if you will, brought to the table in regards to that. But as far as lake sports, water sports, where would you find yourself as far as an expertise or something you can help bring that value to the
man.
Danger Zone to the table? Because I mean,
Absolutely.
we were just talking about it, and I think the stations, some of our producers, when they knew you were coming, and your prowess in the XXX world. And they were talking about this being one of the most dangerous lakes in the world with most casualties.
Well, it's also
I
I think that I hear that get brought up a lot, but I think what people fail to
that you're the most
that it's a dangerous
man on
lake,
earth, or this is the most
but what
dangerous?
what they also like fail to add to that is it's one of the busiest lakes, right? Like it's one of the most populated lakes. So of course, as you increase the number of people on the lake, you're gonna have more incidents. But yeah, I mean it's something that you have to be careful. Obviously, living on the lake, we avoid some of the bigger holidays.
Yeah.
'Cause that's generally when
Everybody else comes up.
Exactly, and a lot of those people, I live on the lake. I mean, there's when I had my boat and when I get a new one, sometimes I have a slow Tuesday where we'll head out there. Those are the best days to go. You got like the lake to yourself for the most part. It gets a little bit smoother because there's less boat traffic and stuff like that. So, Lake Conroe is an awesome lake in terms of like you don't really find, at least in my experience, that many lakes that have the dynamics that it has. So on the south end, you have all the restaurants, shopping, dining. You have a lot of events and music.
Remember when I told you about the article?
What, that you got an event music venue on the lake?
Oh my goodness.
On the south end?
No, man.
Called
It's like the
Breakwater
top
Grill?
15 places, lakes-wise, in the United States. Lake Conroe with all the live events, live music. Remember that?
Yeah.
See, and that's what's awesome.
That doesn't make it any more
But
extreme,
then you
though.
also get the complete other.
I mean, it does make it sexy, though. I mean, way to bring that. I mean, he totally has that.
Thanks, not
It sounds good. It's a great
That does paint a nice picture.
Thanks, salesman.
we get some-
No, it really is a great lake for entertainment, but
then you have the
it's
other
dangerous.
end of the spectrum where you have the whole north side, which is complete national forest, and it's more, it's not bulkheaded. You've got more beachfront, and it's a lot of people are
protected in
intimidated.
some places.
They're intimidated by the north end because there is some stumps you got to watch out for. So, but what it does is it keeps that kind of like peaceful, like nature, I want to go and relax vibe. And so that's what I love about Lake Conroe is it's like, what's my mood today? Do I want to go relax up north? Or do I wanna-
that's
So
cool.
tell us when you were loading up the U-Haul, what aquatic just tear up the lake equipment did you load up in that thing when you moved up there?
Over the years, I've tried it all. My current thing that I love doing is surfing. Like, I love to go and wake surf.
The foil. Do you have one of those?
Well, so,
got
okay,
a
the
foil?
foil's tricky, and I've done it.
Okay.
But that takes some practice. Yeah, I have a friend who's incredible at riding
Really?
hydrofoil. Oh,
Yeah, we saw a couple on the lake, and we were talking
I
about it
kind of
briefly,
just
but
thought that thing would just do it all by itself.
Dude,
And
it's
just hold
awesome.
on, and you're good
No,
to go.
there's a whole
There's an
thing going
actual
on there.
Yeah.
sport going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a friend, he can do backflips and the whole nine on it. I tried to ride it, and I was successful, but it
Because in my little mind, I regard it as like a mechanical bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as you can hold on, it's gonna be
It's-
fun.
it's-
Watch this.
it's a little
I'm
tricky.
sure, yeah.
No, yeah.
But I love just
Gotta-
the wake surfing's current. I grew up wakeboarding, so and again, Lake Conroe, and actually I prefer to go up north when I do that because you can get into those quiet coves and it's smooth up there, and you generally have less traffic and you can just go for hours.
So do you storage stalls in the Montgomery County area? What do you got? Like, maybe a plane storage or a little Cessna's parked somewhere you jump out of on the regular, or do you got like some water extreme like in
Well, I have some
in your in the Dane back cave,
Oh, dude, I like that Dane Bat Cave.
back cave.
What is in the Dane Bat
You only
Cave?
visited the dog.
Well, I have a
nest.
car
I
that
was
people always
born
call
in
the
it.
Batmobile because it looks. I have a C5 Corvette that we've hopped up. It's got like 850 horsepower,
I
and
knew there was
people always
something
call
in
it
the
the
back cave.
Batmobile.
No, I didn't. I just know there's something in the back cave. Dane, he's not dangerous for nothing. Tell me,
No,
wait,
no
I'm
planes. I do
interrupting
have
you.
clients and friends that have planes. There's actually like a really cool neighborhood in New Waverly that's an air park, and I've got a couple friends that have planes.
Air
in there.
park.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It sounds so.
like shit.
So
Stuff I don't know.
light.
Well, it's like
anything about.
imagine just like April Sound or Walden, like living on the golf course. Okay, exchange the golf course with a runway. That's what it is.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
that easy. It just changes with the runway.
Yeah, you just take out. So what's really cool is like literally I went out back and he was showing me his plane. Oh, check this plane out. It's cool. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh man, I bet that.
And
thing's
they jump
fun.
in and fly out.
And we took off. I took right off and flew out of his backyard.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
You want
People don't
peanuts
even
or
know
pistols?
stuff like that exists, but there's a big. I mean, it's a nice neighborhood, nice homes, and a lot of them have their own hangar.
Where's this at?
Well, that particular, there's
New
a few
Waverly?
of them throughout Houston, but that one's in New Waverly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Very cool.
I like that. And helicopter pad goes hard too. What's your helicopter experience? You got any of that going on?
Actually, minimal helicopter experience. Yeah, that's one realm that I haven't, but I'm open to it. But
so my buddy used to skate with Rob Rostow, right? And he went to that Santa Clara skate group for a while, but that was kind of faddish, and some say the whole thing was, but he's still skating for Rob Rostow. and I think he gets all the cool stuff now, but he's got the most amazing half pipe right over in Bryan College Station in his backyard. And can you run that half pipe a little bit?
I have done some. I used to BMX when I was younger. That's probably the most experience I have on a half pipe. Yeah. I mean, I'll try my hand at skateboarding. I mostly do like longboarding. My sister loves to skateboard, and so we'll go out and just. But I'm mostly longboarding these days. But
cool.
Did some BMXing on the half pipe. When
do
I was
that
younger.
BMX hand plant or like the in the air Superman or
I didn't get that far with it. I was lucky to just do a kind of spin it around and keep it going.
You catch the tail end of your bike like while in the air. You got to like jump off the seat, let go of the handlebars, slide up the gas tank, go down the seat, and then you catch it. Right
And he's got the pants
while
for
you're in the air. That's the Superman.
Now you got kids on dirt bikes doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's that BMX spot in Cyprus or whatever? There's a big park.
Well, there's one right
BMX
here. I mean, Three Palms.
Yeah, no, it's on 45 and it's close to just past 1960. It's one of the biggest. Yeah, it's a monster.
I know Armadillo
energy.
up north a little bit, on the way to Huntsville or past that.
Oh no, it's on the south side.
I don't know that place.
Yeah, so that's where my cousins race as well. They ranked like 1, 2, 3, and
My son's actually been asking a bunch about getting involved in that, and so it's something I'll probably be looking into. But I mean, when I was a lot of stuff's changed since I was younger as far as the BMX tracks go.
Dude, no, this one's massive because my sister actually she owns a company that's selling merchandise and whatnot, but they race out there quite often, and they ranked number 2 in Canada, 1 in the United States, and then somewhere in London as well. But they've been doing that. But I remember they said, "Hey, pick up this bike," and they said, "Yeah, just do it with one finger." I was like, "No ways." And it didn't weigh more than a feather almost, but it's like $8,000 a bike.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, even when I was young,
That's that weight thing again.
Yeah.
every penny I could accumulate went into those. I had a BMX. I could still rattle off like all the parts, every single part on that bike. And
The monkey grips.
Technique crank, croupy pedals,
My Diamondback.
PFC wheels,
My Diamondback bike.
Powerlight handlebars.
The
I used
Diamondback
to
was the
love
king
that
of the
stuff.
hill. I mean, if you had Diamondback,
Oh yeah,
you're the man.
But you need to go check out this racetrack, dude.
I would
I'll
love
see if
to
I
do
can
that.
find it out, but it's massive.
Well, that's the super. I mean,
right?
I said my mom bought me a Diamondback.
those Diamondbacks are cool.
Yeah, you were the man.
Well, what's so fun right now is everything's coming full circle because now my son's starting to get to the age where he's excited about all these different things that you know what I mean? So now we're circling back to the BMX and the kart racing. I didn't even imagine that I would enjoy it as much as I have. Like people don't realize you think go-karts, but these karts, are hauling. I mean, I'm on 100cc. Sitting an inch off the ground. It's uber competitive. I mean, we laugh like even the setups, and when people show up, it's like a mini Formula One. I'm talking big rigs, fully decked out with the whole pit set up. I mean, it's serious
Change the
business.
tires. It's like, stop, let me pull a
Oh yeah, I'm
tire.
running through. I'm
crew
running through
pit
tires every race. I mean, it's a full on thing. Like you got to
that's
come out.
awesome.
So you
That's
guys
awesome,
got to come out and check
So
it out.
have you seen some of this stuff really help your kid and your son rather not? I don't know. Maybe the girls get to it eventually, but the little boys. Like, I mean, that was our thing. I mean, you weren't behind in some bayou or ditch somewhere, or going off the grid on your Diamondback.
I think our 2 little ones are never going to
or whatever you put together from whatever bike you found.
Yeah.
You see, so you could build your own bike, and it wasn't uncommon. That was just the kid that didn't have a bike or money to get a bike. He had to build his own bike, and it wasn't bad because he still ran with all the other bikes.
He got one of those.
Yeah, a lot of times those are the kids that
tape
end
and-
up being the best, right? They're out there just killing it on some.
But I can see him finding a pink bike on the side of the
And
road.
you're all
It's like,
bragging
put
about
electrical
your
tape,
mushroom grips the whole time because it's the only thing that's new on this bike. I just bought some new grips. Yeah. They're awesome. It's like, well, you're looking at the bike, it's just all rusted out. It looks like it's got a banana seat from some little girl's bike, and it's got a basket in front, but it's got those mushroom grips on it. Or those pegs off the front wheels where you could like ride a rider. Yeah. Extreme.
Those are good times.
Yeah, those are good times. But, it didn't take much to impress the other kids because, we'd all gather around and look at the grips.
Wow,
Well, the
those
one
are
that-
cool.
Yeah, now it's the grip on the Xbox.
All the other kids will gather.
Yeah, it's like the grip on the Xbox. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool to have that influence on your kids, and that's really where I was going. Thanks for bringing me back. But yeah, so the influence on the children and having something that they can still look up to. I mean,
Yeah.
because we did. I mean, we had like
And that's the cool
Triple
stuff,
X,
dude.
Rebel guys.
Right. Well, and it's I've noticed a big impact on him. I mean, just in his confidence. And it's something that not a lot of kids do, so it's cool for him to go talk about it. He gets excited about it because a lot of people don't know it exists. Even adults, I'll take them out there and invite them, and they're like, "I never knew this thing was going on like this." Yeah. So, and just it's helped him. He's very mature for his age. He's used to getting in there and wrenching with me and looking at stuff and like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
So
coming up-
there are some really amateur open like paintball. Like
Love it. That's another fun one.
a competitive kneeboarding, skiing on Lake Conroe and things like that are just really walk-on kind of stuff. And I know that's barely touching the surface. You brought on like rugby being an extreme sport, and there are a couple of go-kart tracks that are like the strongest ones in the city of Houston. They like there's one over by the Carl Bark Park.
Oh, no way.
Carl Barton Park. I think it's Carl Barton. Isn't that Carl Barton? Right, it's Carl Barton.
Yeah. Well, so
Park
that's
out
and
here.
that's an awesome track too. So that's a rental. You can
You
go
know
up
what
there
I'm
and
talking
rent
about?
the.
Okay.
Oh,
Carl
we go
Barton
out there
Park,
all the
right?
time.
Isn't it that baseball park out there?
Right. So the difference between like Speed Sports has the rentals and they have the pro track where you can bring your own carts and race, and they hold sanctioned races there. The one in Conroe is a rental. If you're having a birthday party or get some friends
Oh,
together,
they go fast.
go out there. Oh, they're good for what they are. They're good. And as far as like rental carts go in Houston, they're some of the best. But yeah, that's an excellent one. If you just want to grab a few buddies and go out and run some laps, boom, that's it. Now,
It's a good way to get started and get some, some of that little extra energy that off the main track. But, there's no team spirit in go-kart necessarily. You know what I mean?
Well, there
No,
is.
it's-
So there, when you
it's
get
kinda
into the
like
more
boxing.
competitive side of it, there is full-on teams. That's what I'm
Really?
saying. Oh yeah. And I mean, it's a different deal. Yes,
He's
it's a
looking at me.
very-
He's like, yo, we got to make a team.
I don't know, man.
Oh, damn,
Are
Offie,
you thinking
you need to
team-
lose some.
team
Yeah,
up,
Offie,
or
you need
we
to
going
lose a little
pro?
bit of weight, man. Eat less potatoes, right?
Oh,
Is that what
we're
you're
gonna-
looking at?
If weight's a real factor, we're going to lose, and I'm told it is, and I don't think.
But
Well,
I'm
the
going to
good
be way
thing-
lower, though.
We'll be like two
Just
guys.
list-
We'll be like if we
The
went
cool
to a
thing
convertible
about the
Miata
racing-
to like a Dave Matthews concert and stuck in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would look great. We'd be like shoulder to shoulder here.
with the racing though, the weight is regulated. So if you're lighter, you actually have to add weight to your cart to hit the minimum.
Oh, well, we're all set with that then.
So there is something and rules to keep it in line so that
So what are there some other real good entry really quick on some maybe some
There's all kinds of cool stuff. So
Let's
actually,
get
there's a
that
whole other realm that I've kind of been introduced to over the last year. So my sister, she does a lot of like personal fitness training, yoga, aerial acrobatics, and then she got into a lot of like circus type activities. And I didn't know this, but throughout the Houston area, there is setups to go and do. For example, one day I went and did trapeze with her, and and it was a blast.
I
and
bet
like,
that'd
who
be
knew?
great. I
Yeah.
want to do some trapeze.
I'm always up for something like that. I love anything that kind of takes me out of my comfort zone. That's something that's fun and exciting and that requires some, like
I want to
athletic
explain
ability.
that to Hoffy real quick. It's that thing with,
Yeah, I was about to
with
say.
the ropes where you like swinging. It's not Asian in any way.
Sometimes there's two of them and they like
there's
catch
two
each
and
other.
they like catch each other and they move on to the next one.
Circus.
I didn't think it was anything Asian, but anyways.
Oh, because it kind of sounds like Japanese.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil and some.
Maybe Russian. What are you talking stories about? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a thing, bro. Don't make it weird. It's extreme.
yeah.
It's extreme.
There's just so many little things like that people don't know.
Yeah, catch me. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I got you. That's a little.
Yeah, your hands a little, man. You got these fucking this.
So we want you to come on every
Yeah.
now and then. We'd like you to pop in the show. Give us some of the Danger Zone from time to time, and people to kind of know what it was and what it is, so they can kind of reflect on this segment to kind of get an idea of what to expect in the Danger Zone. But we would expect going forward on the Danger Zone to see your highlights to this community of what is really happening in the regard of these kind of activities and these
Oh, for
kind
sure.
of
There's so many
athletics
things
and-
going on around here.
and shoot in, pop in from time to time. Tell us about what is happening, because I mean, not like we
Dude,
don't.
and that's the thing. And sorry to interrupt you, but we talk about music festivals. We're talking about all these different things that are going on. But this is a good other lifestyle as well. Like,
Right.
just
I
make
mean,
it a lot more fun.
we've got some boxers. We've got some athletes that come on.
Well, and if you're looking for something fun to watch, I mean, I'm telling you, you go out to some of these races, and that's just like the go-karts. That's a funny one because people think, go-karts, whatever. And then they come out and they'll tell me, like, man, this is a blast. Like, I enjoy just watching you guys out there. So there's things like that. And Three Palms is always doing races. They even have, like, the wakeboarding set up now, too, where you can go see people doing insane tricks and different things out there. So
you could be like our man on the scene.
Yeah.
That's what we're expecting. You know, the Danger
I think he
Zone.
needs to test it out first.
I think I
and
need
Dane
to build a
shows what he
logo
did.
for the Danger
do it.
Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dane, with Berkshire Hathaway, and again, they can help list your home, get it sold, commercial real estate.
sure.
You do a lot of real estate planning, real estate, and
Residential,
investing,
commercial, buying and selling, any kind of real estate advising that you are looking for, we can definitely accommodate. Been in the business 18 years, licensed broker, operate in the area, and love it. So
Cool. And you know, we brought him on the show. Told him if you're gonna plug your business, it's gonna be the butt end of your segment. And he goes, "Why's that?" Oh, well, because that's not why you're here. You know, I want to hear about the Danger Zone. You know.
well, it's kind of fun, I mean, real estate is a
that's
passion
legit.
and something that I'm always involved in, but it's fun talking about some of the other things.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people know you do that, and if they don't, hopefully we shared that's what he does. You know, but
But there's ways to punch a Texas ticket besides going to a
he's
music
got,
festival.
He's got a radical
Yeah.
lifestyle that really caught my eye. I mean, I know a lot of real estate agents. I know a lot of folks that do in that business, but folks that are part of this community that bring on that type of lifestyle, that kind of entertainment and fun, and really bring. I mean, we support a lot of nonprofits that, like the Conroe Cutthroats, the local roller derby league that nobody even knows is there. You know what I mean? I mean, some people do, but not. I mean, we need a big turnout. We'd love to help
Well, and
those
see, for
kind
me,
of things.
that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy going.
Yeah, I want to go shoot some paintball with them. I want to go play rollerblade. With the gang. Do this. At least give some attention to some of these kind of whether they're mainstream sports or
Different
athletics,
things.
but just different kinds
Yeah.
of fun. And hopefully we can find some more of that on the Danger Zone as you come to visit
For sure.
us.
Well, and the equestrian stuff, like you mentioned, I mean, that's another thing that is going on behind the scenes. You got people jumping and doing all kinds of tricks, and I even saw like a square dancing on horseback recently, which was insane.
I saw that too,
Yeah.
and I saw a lot of classic cars, a lot of classic planes, a lot of classic experiences that I think that bring on that similar. I mean, this car used to be in the Le Mans, stuff like that. I think that you have shared enough insight with me to know that you could bring a lot of valued stuff to the show. We're so glad to have the Danger Zone.
Appreciate the opportunity.
And if you get an opportunity to work with Berkshire Hathaway, I'm not just wearing the shirt for nothing. You guys, a big help and a nice add to our community. Glad to have you. Glad to have you on the show today. Where can we find Berkshire Hathaway going forward before we close out here?
Yeah, well, definitely. If you want to reach out to me directly, I've got a website, just DaneGates.com, or you can contact me. My cell phone is one of the best ways to reach me, 832-654-4795, or Dane@DaneGates.com.
Okay, great. And you can see him here on the Danger Zone, here on the Texas Ticket.
Emphasize it.
The
Dane.
Danger Zone. Right here on the Texas
Cheers,
Ticket.
buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Thank you for
Thank
coming out, Dane. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll be back in just a minute to close out our show.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Hey, this is Wayne Green, your host for Radio Wayne, Spoke and More. Each Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m., I'll be playing folk, singer-songwriter, Americana, blues, bluegrass, classic country, Cajun Zydeco, Celtic swing, and whatever else seems to fit. Once again, that's Radio Wayne, Spoke and More, every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on Lone Star Community Radio.
Here we go. Texas Ticket. Armando. He does his little dancey.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to Texas Ticket. Welcome back. Welcome back. What do you think about Dane?
Dude, Dane was awesome. There's something
That
different,
is
just
dangerous.
especially just knowing so much about Texas now, even more. Just punching that Texas Ticket besides going to a festival. This feels refreshing.
You think we can force him to do more crazy stuff with his life?
I bloody hope so. I'm sure he's got a ton of footage that he doesn't want to
Jump
share
off
that
some
easily.
mountain onto the lake or something.
Yeah, I just know parachute. I'm not going to sign. I'm not going to sign.
Okay,
You better
there's no
sign.
mountain
I'm
for
not
him
going to
to
pull.
jump off of, so it's kind of an impossibility. But we can get him to play and jump.
Go to San Marcos, man. There's a couple of hilltops.
Oh yeah, that's Texas. We can get him to jump from there.
Yeah.
Wow, I just
I don't know. I don't know. Dude.
I think
That's
just pushing him off things is just too easy, and that's not real. I mean, of course, that is extreme, but you know, I think that I was kind of expecting something a little more than.
That's a good intro. It's a good intro. Good.
If you're a watermelon, you know, I mean, we'd probably throw it off a cliff and watch this. I dropped this watermelon off the Conroe Tower. You know, I mean, that's extreme, right? I mean. In the oncoming, no.
I think this is stuff there because somebody's gonna basically do this.
No, don't do this at home.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
We're gonna have to have that segment like roped off. You
But
know?
dude, we got an extreme weekend coming up as well because we got Labor Day weekend, Freedom Fest with Peyton Howie. So we've got Mighty Orc.
Monday.
So Mighty Orc's going to be Monday as well. But what's the new guy's name? Because we had a quick switch there.
Way is, but you know, I listened to the music and his name is
Mark
May.
May. Yep.
Mark May, and the band are coming, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this for sure. I think he was asking some questions about light and sound, but he'll be out there on September 2nd at the
Tonight?
Water Grill tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
And on the 3rd, you got Peyton Howie and AJ Santana. On the 4th, you got Peyton Howie and AJ Santana. And on the 5th, Mighty York on the solo trip. So all that's going to be out at Breakwater Grill. Let's celebrate. A lot of reason to do that. It's the Labor Day festival.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff for the family. It's a family-oriented environment there at Walden on Lake Conroe.
Breakwater Grill.
Breakwater Grill.
Yeah, buddy, with the
right.
E.
Yeah, Grille, and I did find out that's improper. I mean, grill is a guard or a screen.
Dude, I love.
Yeah, grill is what you could name as a restaurant. Grille has never been used as a verb, but you know, whatever.
I love it, man.
It is what it is. You know, Google it. It's all Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
This isn't.
It's like the lazy
opinion-oriented.
K. What did you say?
I feel like a knife. Knowledge. No.
Anyway, so we got a phenomenal weekend coming up.
That's
and
the
it's gonna be
invisible
solid, dude.
side of me. Yeah.
But you're going to be out there tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
I want to see Mr. May. And, you know, I love that style of music. And really, I think
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Mr. May's. Well, he's got that little Stevie
Yeah.
Ray, a little occasion, he's played the Big Easy a multitude of times. Our friend Mighty Orc, who is 100% Zydeco, he is definitely telling us Mr. May is the man.
And he's backing him up as well, so that's a big
And
deal.
that's at the Breakwater Grill for the Labor Day Freedom Festival with Peyton Howie on Saturday and
buddy.
Sunday, and back with Mighty Orc on Monday, and some Cajun Zip on Friday. Friday's the day I'm going to probably come out there, and if I'm still capable, I'm going to do some extreme return the next day, and really
Extreme what? Do this?
the extreme return where I try to have as much of a good time as I did on Friday. So the 4-day festival, the problem with that is that you always bring your same friends out, or different groups of friends show up every day for the 4 days. And as a promoter or, you know, hype guy, whatever you want to call us, Texas Ticket goes out. It's like every day there's a fresh group of friends. So it's like, man, it comes
Yeah, you
out.
always have to be on every day.
I know. I got to
It's like Costanza on Seinfeld there. Just drop the mic.
Nothing like Costanza on Seinfeld. But, you know, I'm not Costanza. You know, I mean, no. I'm still going to fight that one. Yeah. Hey, I did like that home show last weekend. That was cool.
Dude, honestly.
B-52's little booth and that video. We got that in the links.
No, but that
below.
was a big deal. I mean, honestly, you really just dismiss actually how much work you put into it as well, because me coming out there, all the vendors and everything that was out there, I mean, that was a lot of work that you had to put together, promote that, and just put it out there. I mean, that's a lot of
Get tunnel
content.
vision. I get tunnel vision to get focused on the project, and we get focused on moving it ahead and getting to the finish line and getting it done in good fashion.
No, but good. Kudos, dude. I'm telling you now, that was
man.
a big deal for Conroe. I mean, you see these big things in downtown Houston, so you never give yourself a pat on the back. There you go.
Oh, God. Ow. Yeah. Well, that's an extreme thank you. Thank you for that.
All right, cheers.
Oh, yeah.
You need it sometimes.
All right.
Okay,
Well, get in my bubble.
Anyways, here we go.
We'll see you guys
Phenomenal
next
show.
Friday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, buddy.
Facebook.com/TXTicket, IRLoneStar.com/TexasTicket.
Yeah, buddy. Cheers, cheers.
watching.
Do you dance?